Hey, what's up? I've been asked to do this video for a couple weeks, and man, I think this video would be really good to post and hopefully entertaining to not just kickers, but maybe friends and family. And I want to tell you guys the actual true story of why I retired from the NFL at the age of barely 22. So it's a pretty cool story. No one probably really knows the true story except for Haven. And so man, I think it's time to share it. That's probably the number one question I get asked on a weekly basis still, from new clients to running into TCU alumni and friends I haven't seen in a while. I mean, the people are always asking. So man, you guys stay tuned. I hope this video is short and man, it's been a fun ride so far. So just to kind of backtrack to college. So I signed with TCU on a full ride scholarship out of high school, and I ended up starting every game for 4 years at TCU. My first year was when TCU came into the Big 12, which has been such a fun ride. So freshman year I did okay. Sophomore year I did better. Junior year I did even better, and then senior year I did even better. So I was improving each year, percentage wise and touchback wise, and I was all American my senior year. I was ranked the second best kicker in the country. Made a lot of long field goals, made a lot of big field goals, most field goals in Big 12 history. Most points, most field goals, longest field goal in TCU history. I did well, right? And so I had all these people, once college was starting to kind of dwindle down, all these people were telling me dude, you need to go to the NFL, you're gonna go to the NFL. And to be honest with you, I didn't think much of it. My goal was always college. And I mean this in the most humbling way. I did everything, I accomplished everything, every goal that I had in college, plus, times 100. And it just, what we did in college just blew away what I thought that I could do as far as kicking. And every goal was met. And so by the time I graduated, I graduated in December, and I just had all these people telling me, pursue the NFL, and my heart really just wasn't there. And you might be thinking where was your heart? And my heart was searching, I guess you could say. But I knew one thing, and I knew I loved to work with kids, whether if it's junior high or high school or even younger. I really enjoyed working with kids. And I think it was around January, I was in California playing golf with a buddy, and I got an invitation to the NFL Combine. And that's kind of when things changed, right? Because I wasn't really pursuing the NFL. I mean, I had an agent and stuff, but I wasn't training. I wasn't working out. I wasn't kicking. And I'm just now at this time starting to get social media, like Instagram and Twitter and all that. Actually, I didn't even think I had Twitter, but. And so I'm really just starting to kind of get out there, and I wasn't kicking, and I was golfing and fishing, you know what I mean? And a lot. So when I got that invitation, it kind of made me realize man, maybe maybe I should, maybe I should give it a try. To be honest with you, I didn't really want to. I know that might make some of you guys mad, but man, my heart was around kids, junior high and high school guys. And so basically, I ended up going to the combine, and I'll post a picture of it right here or something. And basically, I did pretty well. I think I missed 2 field goals. Kickoffs were like average for me. I didn't really kick the ball off really well, but I did okay. I did pretty good. And so, a month or 2 goes by, and the draft comes up. And to put it straight, so by the time I graduated in December, to all the way to the draft, I think I was in the weight room like 3 times max. And man, like that might make some of you angry, but my heart wasn't there. I don't think that it was my calling, to put it that way. And so the draft day comes, I don't hear anything. The next day comes, Jacksonville calls, and Jacksonville says, hey, we're gonna take you 6th round. And I'm like, that's amazing, that's a lot of money. That's a couple $100,000 in signing bonus. And 6th round came, and they didn't take me. And then they said, oh no, 7th round, we're gonna take you 7th round. And then 7th round came, and they didn't take me. And so at this point, they had only taken 1 kicker who like had an amazing college career, and 2nd round actually. And so like as soon as the draft was over, Jacksonville called. They're like, hey, we want you free agent, sign, come here, done. Agent said done, go on the job, whatever. And so, my friends were excited, my college guys were excited, and but I wasn't. I didn't know the reason why I was going to Jacksonville. I feel like I was just going to please the people around me, because everyone just kept telling me to go and go and go, and I eventually went. And so, yeah, hi buddy. And so basically I end up in Jacksonville, right? And I signed a contract with them, and it's me and Jason Myers. He's now with Seattle. And shout out to him, because dude, that guy can kick. His kickoffs are incredible. And I was there, and the days just kind of consisted of, you would stay in this little hotel deal, and a driver would come pick you up and take you to practice, kind of like a shuttle bus type deal. And you go to practice and you come back, and me and my roommate, shout out Braden, we would go fishing. We were in Jacksonville, and so there's ponds at every exit, so we would just hop in his car and go fish. And man, I really enjoyed it. And I really don't know how much time went by. I think I was there for like 2 months, maybe, something like that. And I remember this bus driver came to pick us up one morning. And this morning was kind of different, because usually we have, the afternoons free. And this time was different, because we ended up going to like a barbecue place, and then we went to the beach and stuff like that. So we had like 3 destinations to go to that entire day. And so I guess that's the reason we had a different bus driver for the day. And basically I get in there, and he seems like a really funny guy. And he takes us to practice, and we get done with practice, and I'm the first one on the bus, right? Like I'm always the first one to go. I'm ready to go fishing, you know what I mean? And so, anyway, so I get on the bus, and this guy starts, talking to me. And he told me that, the guy was probably 40, 40, 45. And he told me that his wife had passed away recently, and that he had 3 kids, ages 10, 15, and 19. And we just got to talking, and it was just me and him, and it was very intimate. And he told me that He used to be a sheriff, but he had to get rid of that job. He had to basically start driving buses in order for his schedule to be more flexible, and so he could provide for his 3 kids as a father, as a provider, but also pick up the slack as somehow being a mother. And dude, my heart was like, it broke my heart listening to this guy. And he wasn't complaining, like he wasn't trying to make me feel bad. He was just kind of telling me where he was at. And I was asking questions too, just trying to engage with him. And so anyway, so we go to the beach, and then we go to the barbecue place, and then he drops us back off at the hotel, and I'm the last one off the bus. And so I said, hey man, what's your name? And he looked at me, he goes, my name's Mark. And I asked him, I said, man, can I ask you one question? And he said, yeah. And I said, how did losing your wife impact your relationship with God? And he went on to tell me, he said, well, I was raised Roman Catholic, and whenever my wife passed, I kind of stopped practicing going to church. I don't care about materialistic things anymore, and man, he goes, it distanced me from God. It truly distanced me from God. And I looked at him and I said, man, my heart just breaks for you for what you told me, and everything you're going through. And I told him, I said, dude, I cannot relate. I said, I don't know what it's like to lose a wife. I hope I never do. At the time, I didn't even know what it was like to have a wife. And I told him, I said, man, like, please don't think I'm coming from a place of experience, because I'm not. But I do want to tell you that there's this guy named Jesus, and he lived 2,000 years ago, and he changed the world, and he can change your life. And he just kind of looked at me like he was kind of taken back. He's like, why is this NFL guy telling me, about Jesus and stuff? And he just sat there, he didn't really say much. He just kind of sat there and looked at me. And I told him, I gave him like a 30-second, summary of my testimony. And I told him, I said, man, he changed my life. He can definitely change and help yours. And he said, man, thank you so much for telling me that. I really needed to hear that today. And I said, man, I'm gonna pray for you. And we ended up going back in the hotel, and he ended up getting back in the bus, and I ended up leaving to go fish with Braden. And when we came back from fishing, he was still there. He was still sitting in that bus by himself. And I was walking into the hotel, and he came out of his bus, and he said, hey man, what's your name? And I said, man, my name's Jaden. And he said, Jaden, I've really been thinking about what you said, and man, I just want to thank you and for kind of realigning my priorities, and I really needed to hear that. And he started crying. Just absolutely bawling his eyes out. And it was kind of a weird deal, that was one of the first times I shared my faith and story, and really engaged with somebody about the Lord. And man, he was weeping in front of me, and I was just sitting there hugging him, like, it's okay, God's got you, trust in Him, and you've wondered, go back to where you were before and have a relationship with Him. I don't know, maybe it changed his life. I know it changed his day. I know it changed the day he was having. Maybe it changed his life. And again, I didn't change his life, but I think the words that God had given me to tell this guy, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm giving you kind of a summary. I really do think it changed his day at the minimum. And as Christians, that's what we're called to do. And so fishing was rough that day, right? And I get back upstairs and go to sleep and get up and go to practice. And that next day at practice, I got cut. and I was blindsided. I didn't know it was coming. And so I'll never forget, I texted Haven the day I got cut, and I texted her the night. I said, hey, I told this guy about Jesus. I think it really changed his life. And you know, she's saying that's great. And I texted her the day I got cut, and she started laughing, and she said, this is why you were in Jacksonville. You were in Jacksonville to see that bus driver and to say something to him, because no one else would have said something to him, but you did. And that day I was cut. That day I was cut. And you know, if you guys follow the story, the next day I flew back, or that night I flew back home. The next day Cleveland bought me on waiver. The day they bought me on waiver, instead of flying up to Cleveland to be with them, I actually stayed home. I filled out retirement papers for the NFL, and I said, look, if God's gonna change this guy's life, and this is the only reason I was still, you know, kicking, just to go see that guy named Mark, I'm done. I wanna go work with kids. I wanna change their life. I wanna impact them. I'm done kicking. I wanna start a business. I wanna move on. I wanna start training kids and mentoring them and doing all this stuff on the side. And if I make, you know, $15,000 a year, so be it. This is what I want to do. And so I retired from the NFL at 22, and the next week I went to the courthouse and I made the company, and my parents were so mad. Not mad, just upset. Like, dude, you're crazy. Like, you turned down, you know, 465 grand for a zero client business, right? And I had 0 guys. My friends were dwindling because they were all saying, like, dude, you're stupid. What are you doing? You're making a bad decision. And in my heart, I knew I wanted to impact kids. Even if the money was 0.1% of what I was gonna make in the NFL, I wanted to be coaching kids. And I lost friends. I had some family, you know, extended family not say, you know, very nice things about it. And still to this day, I have, you know, TCU alum, whatever, old friends or friends now that say, dude, you're crazy. And I'm here to say, like, dude, I have over 100 kickers that we're training right now that I get to impact weekly. And, you know, I get to take them out to eat. I get to be there for them when, you know, one of their family members passes away. I get to, you know, be there for a family that's going through chemo. You name it, like, I get to impact kids. And yeah, like, I'm not making the money like I probably could be making right now kicking, but dude, it is not about the money. I'm trying to live a life that God called me to live, because man, we don't have a lot of time. we think we're here for a long time, but man, I can promise you, I've got firsthand experience of this. You do not know when your time is up. I heard this one time, actually, this is like 2 weeks ago. 100 years from now, all new people. All new people. Everyone on this planet, unless they're like a newborn baby, 100 years from now are gonna be gone. I mean, that's just how it is. And so 100 years isn't that long of a time, you know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to really mentor and impact kids, and it's my calling, it's my passion, it's my love. I feel like I've never worked a day in my life. I really haven't. I've actually never had a, sorry, my dog keeps sneezing and he's down here getting lovins. But I've never worked a day in my life, man, and I can say that proudly. I love what I do, and I really think God used the NFL journey to hopefully reach out to that Mark guy. And man, Mark, you'll probably never see this video, but man, I hope you're doing good. I still pray for you. And man, I guess that's the story. So guys, thanks for listening. Sorry, it's a 15-20 minute video. I'll try to keep it shorter next time, but man, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to comment anything, if you want to you know, DM me, text me, call me. If you got any questions about the journey or the process, or yeah, whatever, my decisions, scriptures that base that decision, or scriptures that decision was based off of, man, shoot me a message. I'm open, and I try to be 100% real with everybody I come in contact with. So, man, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jay Noblechrome. You can go to my website, texaskicking.com. We train a bunch of kickers in Dallas, Texas, and Oklahoma. And so if you guys are looking for a trainer or for a camp, we're doing a camp at Cowboy Stadium, January 4th. I think as of right now, we have 11 spots left. So probably here in about a week or two, it's probably gonna be packed. So yeah, man, just let me know, reach out. If you guys need help with anything, I mean, I'm talking kicking, recruiting, life, text me, please. And man, I hope you guys have a good one. God bless. Sorry about that. Look, here, come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come on. Let's see if he's down there. Sarge, look, up here. That was the guy tapping the whole time, so. All right, you guys be safe, man. Peace.